All right, here's part two. So, what I was trying to say though is that you can go months and years without speaking to a person, and then something happens in their life or your life where it brings them back to the forefront of your brain. And now they exist because they're right in front of you. You can't ignore them. You can't miss them. It's obvious. It's there. And then you're like, oh, hey, buddy, how's it going? Haven't talked to you in a while. And to you, it's just a blip on the radar. It hasn't been 2 months. It's been like 2 days. And to them, it's been months. It's been years. They've wondered if you just left them, if you ignored them, if you don't respond to them anymore. That's, for example, why it's frustrating when you're talking to somebody with ADHD that if you text them and they don't respond back for a long time. Why? Well, most likely what's happened, the most likely reason of what's happened, maybe they're not ignoring you, maybe it's not that they don't like you or they're not mad at you, maybe the most likely reason is that they saw your text, something else caught their attention, then they lost your text. And unless they're constantly looking at their texts, which I don't, then they will forget that you sent them a text to begin with. Until like hours, weeks, months down the road, when they're looking through their stuff trying to delete messages, and they see yours, like, oh crap, I forgot to message that person. Boom, they're talking to you now, but it's been a long time later. So this is why follow-up conversation is important. Listen, here's the deal. When it comes to you forgetting somebody exists, that street goes both ways. You also can talk to that person. They can talk to you. Just because one party of the conversation hasn't reached out to talk doesn't mean that we also can't be adults and talk to them as well. You can't get mad at somebody else for forgetting that you exist when you forget that they exist. It sucks, but it's part of being an adult. It's part of being in life. That's just how things work. Especially if you also have ADHD. It's so hard to make these connections work. And it sucks. It sucks all around. I hate it. Personally, I wish I didn't have ADHD. It's more of a curse to me than it is helpful at all. Ever. I don't think I've ever found a real strength with ADHD. But that's just to kind of explain why this might be happening to you, at least with some people in your life. But it's not to explain away the feelings that you have, or explain away why you feel so hurt by it. You're completely justified in that. And I feel for you, and I'm sorry.